Guys, so today we're breaking down this mix, and I started with these. Let's just play the before.
I pay my dues and me sorry now then they thief they be bara I want that they won't buy person. The more you look now the less you see. Give us a week.
So let's just start how I mastered it. First of all, I started with standard clip. I'm taming all the sounds, the peaks, anything above -12. I'm taming it off, and I'm telling the standard clip anything above -12, and this is what I got after it.
We go take Jesse, a mini baller no need Jesse. Cause in the city, people busy. I beg is any money come. My God, they got all the phone in the city.
So basically, you won't notice any difference in the levels, but it just make the sound up front. So let me play it engaged and bypass. Engaged. Bypass. So basically that's what I did. Then the next thing I did, I went into an ozone. When mastering, always start with your maximizer to be as loud as how you want your mix to sound. Then you work your way backwards so that you know how you have to EQ it and it sounds nice to the ear. So first of all, we have the maximizer, and the maximizer it's at -14, and we are getting
by everybody want ya. Everybody want ya. For Nigeria, people they buy.
So in the mix now, with only the maximizer, we at -8, and at -8, we could now mix into what we want. Now, first of all, I would first start with an equalizer or stabilizer, something that tames resonance or remove unwanted frequencies. So I'm using a stabilizer to remove unwanted frequencies, which I am doing. I'm leaving here at 100 and 100 in the mids and the lows, and I'm taking 75 so it doesn't DS much of the vocals, and I'm keeping it at 15, and this is how it sounds.
Everybody want jack. Everybody want jack. Everybody want jack. I pay my dues and me sorry now then they thief they be bara I want that they won't buy person. The more you look now the less you see. Give us a we go take.
So what it just did is it took away the blanket of the vocals, and after then I went into a dynamics. I'm using this to get consistency in the vocals and in the mix of the full song, which is at the mids and the highs. I'm not doing anything to the lows, and in the mids I'm using the 2 ratio and the attack at 20 and 60, and this is 120 at -12 dB, and at the 6K I'm at -18 with the same attack and release, just to tame sibilance and the harshness in the highs, and this is just to get consistent level in the mix, which bringing down the vocals and blending the vocals and the instrumental to sound consistent, and the lows I'm basically not doing anything, but I do use the lows in case I hear when the lows is harsh, it's punchy or too much for the mix, I then compress it, but I barely do that. Instead I lower the gain from here, from this level, and that is all. And let's play how it sounds before bypassing. So let's play.
Take Jesse, a mini baller no need Jesse. Cause in the city, people busy.
I am engaged.
I beg you send the money come. My God, they gotta hold the phone. In the city, people busy. My phone they ring, my mama they call.
So what the dynamics does is just get rid of all the harshness in the mix, and also make the blankets, because when I master I try to make sure I remove that blanket in the mix. Like there's this blanket covering it, and each step I do get rid of the blanket the more. Then after then I went into an EQ, and I'm using this EQ and boosting frequencies on the 700 by 1 dB, 8K by 1 dB, and 3K by 1 dB. Those are the frequencies that sounds clean to the mix and will also aid in the mastering. And this is how it sounds.
For Naija, fuel don high, dollar don rise, people dey buy, everybody want jam.
Bypassed.
Everybody want jam. For Naija, fuel don high, dollar don rise, people dey buy, everybody want jam. Everybody want jagba, oh. Everybody want jam.
So basically that's what I did, and I went into my maximizer, I got my levels, and I'm hitting at -8. And that's how I got to master the song. Subscribe to my channels to watch more videos to understand how I do my mixing process. Thank you for watching.